It's sundown right this minute. So it's the right time to do some low light testing. Got my Alacritas Innovations rear rest, which is very helpful, and I'll try to put a few on here. The temperature is changing. It's going to change my data just a tiny bit. I should be able to get a few to land on that IDPA at 1030. This is reman ammo, actually. Oops, a little high. All right, Mirage is getting me a little bit off that suppressor. Okay, I'm gonna back off a little bit. Suppressor Mirage is getting strong. Oofta. Yeah, it's getting hot. Can's getting really hot. Okay. There's two in here. See about a double tap. I probably won't know because I'm going to back off to about 12 power. Let's see if we can get a double tap on 12 power. Last two shots of the night. I'll have to review the footage afterwards and see what this looks like. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Andrew. Today I'm telling you about the DNT 7-35 mil optic. The one is the configuration most people know it as, and I'm really happy with this optic. I've had it on a few rifles now, 22s, center fires, and now finally an AR, and I'm really happy with it. What you see it sitting in right now is a 45 MOA 34mm mount. And normally I wouldn't do that because that takes my 100-yard zero and it puts it in a less than optimum piece of the glass. The angulature just isn't ideal. The actual angulature that is probably ideal for this is like a 20 MOA scope mount. 20 MOA pair of rings, you can do really well with that. The reason I've got it in a 45 MOA mount is because I need all of the elevation that this thing can give me. In a couple weeks, I'm gonna attempt to run this out to 1,500 yards and probably a mile, 1760. It is just a 223, and I will be doing just 77 grain OTMs. It's not actually as impossible as some people might think, and this optic is probably gonna get me there. I just had some fun messing around with 7 different optics, all high power optics. And I'm gonna tell you, I am so incredibly impressed at what this thing can offer for under $1,000. I've already done a review on it. Lots of people have seen that, but if you haven't watched it, I highly encourage you to go watch it. This is an awesome bolt gun optic. It's an awesome NRL22 optic, precision optic, and even an AR optic. I'm actually really liking it. The fact that it has a 0.05 center dot, I harp on that all the time, but it's easier for me to pick up. It's easier for me to see, and it's easier for me to favor with things quickly. And I'm finding that the reticle doesn't obstruct or block my targets. It's actually kind of shaded down there. There's not a lot of light. There's big shadows covering the hills. And I'm telling you, shooting this on 14 to 20 power was ideal. It was so nice. Now, when I push it up to 35 power, my suppressor does get a little bit too hot for the image. It does bleed out a little bit, and I get some Mirage about that 10 to 12 round marker or something like that. I start to see quite a bit of Mirage. So I back it down. And when I'm shooting ELR, I'm gonna need all of the internal elevation, which I think I've got let's just double check right here on camera. So there's 10, 20, 27.3. I won't be going that far because I'll start to see the internals of the optic. It'll bother me. I'll probably dial 25, and I think I'll use all the reticle down to the fat line, and that should be enough to get me out to a mile. If not, I'll probably do something like 1,500 yards and run it right there. I'm gonna have good lighting conditions, it looks like, for the location I'm gonna be at. I'm hoping that the weather is nice, otherwise I'm gonna be dialing a lot of wind. One thing that's nice about the DNT is you have that visible windage marker, which is just orientated a little bit higher up on the optic. I really enjoy that. But like I said, I've already done a review on this. I like it for all the platforms I've put it on. I just think the image is really hard to compete with compared to so many optics I just had on the table that are 2, 3, or 4 times the price of this. And I'm still incredibly happy. And I just couldn't believe how much detail I could pick out. The color is really good. The light collection is excellent, as like I said, the sun is about 10 minutes from sundown. So if you haven't looked at one of these yet or haven't watched my review, I'm going to ask you, go watch my review on the 735 DNT. There's some more coming. I just had a great conversation with one of the American owners and managers for DNT. There's awesome daylight optics or analog traditional optics that are still coming out for them, and I'm going to do some more reviews probably in 2025, but this one's coming with me. We'll see if we can do a mile.